up and welcome to the video. What a sky that was first thing in the morning. A real surprise. Another surprise was what happened next in this footage. A flock of seagulls came from nowhere and started to attack the drone, so I had to quickly bring it down and stop filming. Fortunately, it was towards the end of the sequences that I was filming, and yeah, there was a learning there that just be aware of what's around you. When I first got on the beach, there was very few seagulls around, and it was fairly safe to fly, but clearly as time went on, they started to mass, and they're not a fan of drones. Okay, back to the video then, and the night before I went down to the beach to do a bit of a recce, and this beach is quite challenging because there's very little foreground to work with. We've got some marker points, we've got some sort of rocks dotted around the beach, but on the whole there was very little natural foreground to work with. So here I was trying to have a look at the app on my phone to look where the sun was going to rise and see if there was any suitable foreground. Now you can see on the left there Helen's shadow as she was filming with the Osmo. She looked like Mary Poppins, and to be honest, she wasn't dressed like Mary Poppins. She got shorts on and a baseball cap. That was the sun was playing tricks with the light there. But anyway, I carried on and started to take a few test shots, trying to line up rocks. And the problem here was with all the footprints in the sand, because when we come to high tide, the tide didn't come up high enough to wash away all the footprints. So whatever picture I was going to take the next morning was going to have footprints in. Now I did find this quite nice rock. It was sort of white and pink, so I kind of targeted that for a composition and the following morning. But still, when I looked at the test shots, when I got back to the caravan and looked on the laptop, I still wasn't happy. Those footprints looked pretty awful, and to be honest, I kind of thought, do you know what, there's not much point in getting up and going to this beach because the sunrise might just not work. So I'd already got thoughts of not going out and doing this sunrise. It's 4:30 in the morning, so I've made it. I got up at 3 o'clock and I started to have all those thoughts in my head of, oh, I'm tired, had a long drive yesterday, shall I go tomorrow morning? And all those thoughts, the negative thoughts of trying to get out of bed. So I got up at 3:30, made a coffee, looked out, and we'd got cloud, and the forecast was wall-to-wall blue sky. So once I saw this, it was a case of, let's get out there. And down on this beach, it's gorgeous, it's nice and cool. It was 25 degrees yesterday, baking hot, lovely and cool. Just past a man walking his dogs at this time of the morning. So there's 2 of us on the beach, well 4 if you include the dogs. We are an hour away from sunrise. It's 5:36. I'm going to use this time to really try and get that rock to fill the screen, to fill the image. The problem I've got, the sky is really nice, and I was going to tilt the camera down and just leave the sun in the top part of the image, but looking at this now, if this sky stays with us for the next hour, I need to adjust that composition. And even though I stood here last night with my camera looking at the app, looking exactly where the app said the sun would rise, it looks like it's going to rise to the right of this composition. So I'm going to have to probably adjust that as well. And we might not get the marker point in the shot. So I've got a bit of work to do now. Even though I did the recce, I've now got a bit of work to do to try and make this shot work, and I'm not sure. The more I look at this now, I'm starting to doubt whether this is going to work. We might get a great sky, but will this foreground be what I want it to be? The experience of just being here at this time in the morning is part of photography. Photography gets you out to places like this. And look, the Norfolk coast is not the grandest location, and as we saw last night, it's not fantastic for foreground, but even so, this time in the morning, on the other side of the cliffs there's 5,000 people sleeping, okay, and they all came back late last night. They'd all had a good time, they'd had a few drinks, got the kids out late, they were screaming and shouting. I was trying to get to sleep because I want to be up early, but they're on holiday, they're enjoying themselves. I'm on holiday, and this is my enjoyment. Coming here, lovely cool breeze, sound of the sea, and the light in the sky. Okay, bit of an update. I have changed my composition, and because this sky is looking so nice, I've now looked to build in a large rock in front of us. And again, I don't know if it's going to work, to be honest, but I've got very little choice. As we saw last night on the recce, this beach is not it's not fruitful, giving foreground. I could go back. There's some grasses, some grassy sort of sand dunes at the back of me. I could go at the back of there, but then I'm starting to move away from compositions that I found last night. So here's just a quick shot of the scene. So what I've done 2 exposures here. I focused on the foreground, which gave me a 25 second exposure on the rock in front, and then I focused on the just on the before the sand joins the sea, and that gave me a 2.5 second exposure. So here's that as a starter image. I still don't know if this image is going to work. Okay, 5:15 now, and about 25 minutes from sunrise, and you can see the lights starting to get much brighter now. And you might have seen on the drone footage, we've got some sea mist rolling in the distance, and it's gone really damp all of a sudden. There's a lot of damp forming on the camera, which is not good. I can't really get a shot of this sea mist. It don't really look anything, to be honest, so I'm going to concentrate on the shot. What I'm just going to do, I'm going to wander down to the sea to get a shot of the sunrise with just the sea in. I'm just going to run down. You might lose me. Okay, so it's dead on 6 o'clock now, and the sun now is just too high to get any credible shot, really. The light is too, it's gone. It's the end of sunrise. But what a fantastic morning. And this is the first morning I've got, so it's Tuesday morning. I've still got Wednesday, Thursday and Friday morning where I can come back down here and get some alternative compositions. I really do fancy using the sort of grassy sand dunes, but I'm just wondering if we'll get cloud like that again this week. Well, I did get up on all the other mornings and we never got cloud like that. All the other mornings were wall-to-wall blue sky, so I didn't go back to the beach to try any more sunrises. I felt what I'd got I was really pleased with, and I don't think I was going to get anything better, apart from maybe standing there waiting for that fish to jump. And when that happened, it was surreal, because a few seconds before, if you'd see in the video, I was literally kneeling down taking shots. I was on quite a high shutter speed as well, so that would have frozen the fish in midair, and it would have been the shot of a lifetime. But it wasn't to be. How unlucky, or how lucky it was, because standing there and I was gazing at the light in the sky. Obviously I was trying to capture the changing light that was in front of me, and then in the corner of my eye, that came up. And I've not shut up about it since I've been back, and Helen's walking around like this because she just knows I'm going to mention the fish. Oh. Anyway, I've not got to dwell on it, because I think if you dwell on things, you can beat yourself up. It wasn't meant to be, was it? But I was happy with the shots I got. I wasn't happy at all with the rocky foreground shots. They didn't work at all. And so, is it worth doing a recce? I think it is, if you can, because I think you do get an idea of what's there or what's not there. But I think it's also important, another learning from this was to don't stick to that one composition. Change, move around. And if I hadn't got up and disconnected my camera from that tripod, I wouldn't have got those shots that I did of the sky and the sea. And that sky and sea could have been anywhere in the world. It didn't really matter that it was in Norfolk. That could have been anywhere. And yeah, so changing your composition, I think, was a learning for me. And yeah, I missed the fish, but no, I wasn't going to mention that again. But yeah, the frustration of it, the frustration. I've got to move on. So, we'll have a quick preview of the next video, which is going to be a windmill and a lighthouse, sort of in one video. And did I mention the fish? Sorry. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, consider subscribing to the channel, give the video a like, share the video. Yeah, give it a like, even for the drone footage or the yeah, give me a like for missing that fish. I need something to cheer me up. Oh my God, forget it. Okay. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.